Hey all, it's Tony Parla Piano, and today we're going to be going over kind of the answer key for last week's Sunday Record It, which was How the World Began by Jukebox the Ghost. So this is the RCI for How the World Began, and we are in the key of E. Landscape is 4 sharps, tempo is around 82 BPM, time signature 4/4. For the basics, we got the primary chords, 1, 4, 5, and we also have our 6 chord. From our primary chord scale, we've got 1/6, the C sharp minor 7. There is a bass line that kind of hints at a variant, this 4/6, the A over C sharp, and for the chords outside the key, we have a flat 3 and a flat 7 chord showing up in this. Right from the beginning, I just get this picture of like, it's like a drop in the ocean. That's like the first kind of image that comes to me. And then the next thing I hear is there's 2 guitars working in layers here. Since these 2 guitar parts are kind of working together, this is like it's like a harmonic heartbeat. You hear this one guitar part just playing quarter notes in rotation. Just like this. Now the other guitar part has this very consistent rhythm. So here's like tie there. And this is Area 51. 5 1 5 5 5 5 1. So that's guitar 1 there on Area 51. So you've got this rhythmic pulse underneath this rotating quarter note kind of just going in a circle. Now I did listen, it's not like it's the same 4 or even 8 notes in a row. It kind of keeps changing the pattern almost. I didn't dig into it too much, but almost like every time a new instrument comes in, it's like rotating and starting in another spot. Again, I didn't listen too much into it, just enough to notice that it wasn't exactly the same pattern throughout, which is, again, it just kind of shows it's something that they were thinking about. It's not like they just took a sequence of 8 notes and just copy and pasted it all along. Like they thought about the placement of where this was going to go over a much longer period of time. And then the next thing I heard there was we hear some shakers, and those are going very quick. They're going like 30-second notes in there. So let's take that back. There's the shakers. Cowbell. Drums and bass come in together. All these sounds here, I can't help it. This is like, to me, it's like Santa's workshop. Here's your piano, followed by a little guitar riff. Okay. When that piano and guitar came in too, we also heard the drums, kind of picked it up a little bit. It's they just become a little bit more active. And it's a long intro, right? All these things getting layered in. It's like how the world began. I actually hear a bongo coming in here or something. I hear it. It's like almost like it's getting closer. This is like the Santa's workshop thing. It's like all the clocks are running, the machines are working, everything's waking up. It's really cool. All right, when the verse comes in here, just get some vocals, just single vocals. All right, so we're right here, just about to get into the place where the drums change the feel. There's an organ that comes in there that gives it this wavy feel with the rotary. It's like, that's pretty cool. It kind of matches up nicely with the lyrics. See if you can hear that. When the holy days were coming, no more beasts, locusts, and then it's gone. Take a listen to what happens in the chorus.
That's how the world began.
Is this the chorus? There's no words.
That's how the world began.
The length of this shows me it's not intended to be like an interlude between two verses. This is the chorus. One lyric. So now the piano comes in at that point and is doing this riff based off primary stations and the resolution. So that's stuff that we get all the way back in units. Okay, so it wasn't about until this next verse that I really started picking up on some of these lyrics. This is definitely my favorite lyric throughout this whole little section here. You know, and then you go back and you look at things that they are saying. It starts the same as any day, the highest all-time tidal wave. We'd seen it before, so we weren't afraid. That's how the world began. You know, these are the types of things that, as we pass through different generations, I remember speaking with my father, and he would be amazed at things that were just how the world began for his grandchildren. And that idea that something was so amazing to him and just kind of like so routine to someone else. And most of the time, they don't even understand. They're like, I didn't even know you didn't have an iPad when you were a kid. You know. There's something going on right when you get into this bridge section here.
Isn't it amazing? The scenery never stops changing.
There's like, it sounds almost like a spoon hitting the inside of a glass. It's almost like it just knocked something, like tipping over a whole set of dominoes that's going into this. That's kind of what I'm picturing in this whole area here.
Isn't it amazing? The scenery never.
I'm gonna go back and listen to that more. But isn't it amazing? This is what we were just talking about, right? Isn't it amazing? Amazing is a word that doesn't really work that great on paper, and it's a word that's kind of sometimes lost its meaning. It's like some people are like, "Oh, isn't it amazing that this keeps my coffee warm for like 8 hours?" It's like,
isn't it amazing? The scenery never stops changing.
See, this part, remember this. This gives me like Lion King vibes. We're on the Pride Land. These guitar volume swells.
It just takes a little patience.
Yeah. Just make it sound like a train pulling in. It's like all aboard.
It's
patience. Patience. Hold on a little longer. Sounds like a transformation there. You hear this like almost like reversing tape. We heard that in See the World too, and then the guitar solo. Party, man. Taking all our phones and making a great fire. It's like, could we live without them? I think we'd be all right. All right, at the end of the song, this is really cool. End with the good news. Until now, the chord progression's been like the same. It's been the same. With the exception of that bridge, it's been the same. The only thing that's happened is the drums change the feel a bit. But here, it just hangs on that E. Holds on it all the way until the end of the song. It's like the drop off. Everything's coming out.
That's how the world began.
So yeah, that's it. Silence. That's how the world began. And we'll be back with another one tomorrow.